Have you ever watched a movie and seen a hacker furiously typing, breaking into complex systems in seconds? It looks exciting, right? Well, that world is closer than you think. You can learn the very same skills, but we're going to do it the right way, legally and safely. Building your own hacking lab is the first, most crucial step on this journey. It's your personal sandbox, a place where you can experiment, break things, and learn how to fix them without any real-world consequences. This isn't about causing trouble, it's about understanding how systems work by learning how to take them apart. Think of it like being a locksmith. A locksmith learns how locks are designed, how they can be picked, and how they can be made stronger. They practice on locks they own, not on their neighbor's front door. A hacking lab is your collection of practice locks. It's a self-contained environment on your own computer where you can launch attacks, test defenses, and see what happens. This hands-on experience is something you can't get from just reading books or watching videos. You need to get your hands dirty, and a home lab lets you do that without risking your own computer's security or breaking the law. The beauty of a home lab is that it's completely isolated. You can build a whole network of virtual computers inside your one physical machine. Attacker machine, victim machine, server, all running at the same time. If you accidentally crash one of them or infect it with something nasty, it doesn't matter. You can just delete it and start over in minutes. This freedom to fail is the best way to learn. Every mistake is a lesson in disguise, teaching you what not to do next time and deepening your understanding of the technology you're exploring. So get ready to transform your regular PC into an incredible learning tool. This guide will walk you through every step, from picking the right software to setting up your first practice targets. We'll keep it simple and practical, focusing on free tools that anyone can access. By the end, you won't just have a hacking lab, you'll have a gateway to a new set of skills. You'll start thinking like an attacker, which is the best way to become a powerful defender. Your adventure into the world of ethical hacking starts right here, right now. Before we start building, we need to gather our tools. Just like a carpenter needs a hammer and saw, a hacker needs the right software. The good news is, for our 2025 lab, everything you need is completely free. First and foremost, you need a decent host computer. This is the physical PC or laptop you'll be working on. It should have a modern multi-core processor like an Intel i5 or i7 or an AMD Ryzen 5 or 7, Intel i5, Intel i7, AMD, Ryzen 5, AMD, Ryzen 7, at least 16 gigabytes of RAM, and about 100 gigabytes of free hard drive space. More is always better, as it will allow you to run more virtual machines at once, but this is a great starting point. Next, we need virtualization software. This is the magic tool that lets you run multiple operating systems on your single computer. It creates virtual machines, or VMs, which act like separate individual computers. For our purposes, we will use Oracle VM VirtualBox. As of 2025, it remains the most popular, user-friendly, and completely free option for beginners. It works on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Windows, Mac OS, Linux. Think of VirtualBox as the foundation of our entire lab, the digital ground upon which we will build everything else. You will download this directly from its official website. Now for the fun part, the operating systems. We need an attacker machine. For this, there is no better choice than Kali Linux. It's a version of the Linux operating system specifically designed for penetration testing and security auditing. It comes preloaded with hundreds of hacking tools, saving you the trouble of finding and installing them yourself. It's like getting a fully equipped toolbox delivered to your door. With our tools gathered, it's time to prepare our workspace. Proper preparation is key to a smooth and successful setup. It prevents headaches down the line and ensures your lab is built on a solid foundation. The first thing you must do is update your host operating system, Windows 11, Mac OS, a Linux distribution. These updates often contain important security patches and performance improvements that can affect how well your virtualization software runs. A stable host leads to a stable lab. Next, you need to enable virtualization in your computer's BIOS or UEFI settings. This is a critical step. Most modern computers have this feature, but it's often disabled by default for security reasons. To enable it, you'll need to restart your computer and press a specific key during boot up to enter the BIOS or UEFI menu. Press F2, press F10, press DL. Look for a setting called Intel Virtualization Technology, VTX, AMDV. The exact name and location will vary depending on your computer's manufacturer. Enable this setting, save your changes, and exit. Your computer will restart, now ready to handle virtual machines. Now let's get organized. Create a dedicated folder on your hard drive for your hacking lab. Name it something simple like Hacking Lab. Inside this folder, create subfolders. VirtualBox, Kali Linux targets. Download all the software we listed in the previous section and save the installer files into their respective folders. This simple organizational step will make it much easier to manage your files, especially as you add more virtual machines and tools to your lab in the future. The final preparation step is a mental one. Understand that you are building a powerful tool. The time has come to lay the first brick of our digital fortress. We are going to install Oracle VM VirtualBox. This process is straightforward, but we'll take it one step at a time to ensure everything is perfect. Navigate to the folder where you saved the VirtualBox installer file, double-click it to begin the installation process. An installation wizard will appear, guiding you through the necessary steps. For the most part, you can simply accept the default settings. These are perfectly fine for our needs and will get you up and running quickly. The installer will ask you where you want to install the program. The default location is usually fine. It will also ask you about creating shortcuts. It will also ask you about registering file associations. Feel free to leave these checked. At one point, you will see a warning about network interfaces. The installer will temporarily disconnect you from your network as it installs its own virtual network drivers. This is completely normal. Don't panic. Your connection will be restored automatically within a few seconds. Just click Yes to proceed with the installation. Once you've clicked through the initial prompts, the main installation will begin. It might take a few minutes to copy all the necessary files. It might take a few minutes to set up the drivers. Just let it run its course. When it's finished, you'll see a screen confirming that VirtualBox has been successfully installed. Make sure the box that says Start Oracle VM VirtualBox after installation is checked, and then click Finish. The installation wizard will close, and the main VirtualBox Manager window will open for the first time. Congratulations, your virtualization platform is now live. Take a moment to look at the VirtualBox Manager window. It looks simple, and that's by design. With VirtualBox ready, it's time to bring in our primary weapon, Kali Linux. This is the OS we'll use for all our attack exercises. Because we downloaded the pre-built VirtualBox image, this is an import, not a full install, which makes it incredibly easy. In VirtualBox Manager, open the File menu, choose Import Appliance. Appliance to Import window appears, click the small folder icon to browse. Open Hacking Lab folder, open Kali Linux subfolder, select the OVA file, click Open Appliance Settings screen shows VM name field, CPU count field, RAM allocation field. Defaults are 2 GB RAM and 2 CPUs. Leave these for now. Set MAC address policy to generate new MAC addresses for all network adapters. Click Import. Import progress. Copying the virtual disk. This can take a few minutes. Kali Linux appears in the VM list on the left. Success. Select the Kali VM and click Settings. Go to the Network tab. Ensure Adapter 1 is enabled. Ensure Attach To is set to NAT. Click OK to close settings. The dragon is ready to be awakened. To practice our skills, we need something to hack. This is where our deliberately vulnerable machines come into play. We'll start by setting up Metasploitable 2, which is our primary victim machine. The process is actually very similar to importing Kali Linux, but honestly, it's even simpler because Metasploitable 2 comes as a zip file. We've set up our first target. It's full of known vulnerabilities, perfect for practicing scanning and exploitation. You have successfully built the stage. Next, we will bring on the actors. Your lab foundation is complete and ready for action. Now that we have our attacker Kali, our target Metasploitable, they must only talk to each other. Create an isolated network that walls off your lab from your home network and the internet. This is the single most important safety step. It prevents attacking your router or other devices. It stops the vulnerable target from being exposed to the real internet. Use an internal network in VirtualBox. Shut down both VMs if they're running. You can't change network settings while a VM is on. Select Kali in VirtualBox Manager and open Settings. Go to the Network tab. Leave Adapter 1 as NAT. Click Adapter 2, Enable Network Adapter. Set Attached to Internal Network. In name, type Hacknet. Click OK. Open Metasploitable 2 settings. Network tab. Set Adapter 1 to Internal Network named Hacknet. Start both VMs. At Metasploitable login, username msfadmin, password msfadmin. Run ifconfig to find its IP. Switch to Kali. Log in with Kali. Open terminal and run ping that IP. If you see replies, the private network is working. Attacker and target are now in their own private cage, ready for safe training. Your lab is now properly isolated and ready for ethical hacking practice. Everything inside the hacknet is yours to attack safely and legally. Your digital shooting range is complete and ready for action. You now possess a fully functional hacking lab. This is a really exciting moment, but it also comes with great responsibility. It's kind of like being given the keys to a race car. It's powerful and fun, but you need to know the rules of the road to avoid a crash. The most important rule in the world of hacking is permission. You must never, ever use the tools and techniques you learn on any system for which you do not have explicit written permission to test. This is the fundamental line that separates an ethical hacker or a penetration tester from a criminal. The lab we have built is your safe zone. Everything inside the hacknet is yours to attack. Your Kali machine, your Metasploitable machine. These are fair game. You can scan them, exploit them, try to break into them in any way you can imagine. This is legal because you own the systems. Attacking your roommate's laptop, the coffee shop's Wi-Fi, a random website on the internet is not legal. These actions can lead to serious consequences, including fines and jail time. Always remember the boundary. If you don't own it, don't touch it. Another rule is to understand the intent. The purpose of ethical hacking is to improve security. You're learning to think like an adversary to identify weaknesses so they can be fixed. Your goal is not to cause damage, steal data, or disrupt services. Even within your own lab, practice with a constructive mindset. When you successfully exploit a vulnerability, take time to understand why it worked and how to prevent it. This mindset will make you a much more valuable security professional. Congratulations, you've built your lab. You have an attacker machine, a vulnerable target, a safe, isolated network. This is honestly a huge accomplishment. But now the real fun begins. It's time to start practicing. Your first steps should be focused on information gathering. The first phase of any hack is to learn as much as possible about your target. A great tool for this is Nmap, the network mapper. It's pre-installed on Kali. From your Kali terminal, try running a simple scan. This will tell you what network services are running on the target. Once you have a list of open services, your next step is to research them. For example, your Nmap scan might show that Metasploitable is running a very old version of a service called VSFTP. Use your web browser on your host machine to search for VSFTPD exploits. You'll probably find documentation about a known vulnerability. This is the core loop of penetration testing. Scan, identify, research, and then eventually exploit. The Metasploit framework, which is also built into Kali, is the perfect tool for launching these exploits. To continue your journey, you'll need more targets and more challenges. The Metasploitable 2 machine is a great start, but you will eventually master it. Websites like VulnHub are treasure troves of free, user-created vulnerable virtual machines. They range in difficulty from beginner to expert, each one presenting a unique puzzle to solve. Supplement your hands-on practice with structured learning platforms like TryHackMe and Hack the Box. Combine this with reading books, watching security conference talks, and participating in online communities. Your lab is your gym, but these resources are your trainers and your textbooks. Keep practicing, stay curious, and always remember the ethical code. Your journey as a hacker has just begun. Now go forth and hack responsibly.